Alright guys, Yeat just dropped a song called Turn Me Up on SoundCloud and YouTube. This is not the first time he's done this before. He dropped a song called Helly Man on SoundCloud as well. And I'll go into what I think of the song itself later, but this single actually signifies a lot for Yeat. It's the first major piece to his rollout for his highly anticipated rap album, Lifestyle, and it's somewhat of a return to form for many of his more casual rap fans who were a bit turned off by 2093. And let me explain. So after Yeat went on his crazy run, he dropped his most experimental tape ever, and considering Yeat, and by the way, I'm judging him by like mainstream standards, we're labeling something as experimental by him, pretty different. And that's kind of what 2093 was. It wasn't really on like some rap shit. It had like elements of EDM. I don't even know. It wasn't really him rapping. And because of that, many fans were very turned off by the entire album. Of course, he has a very strong core fan base who will kind of like ride for him and glaze him no matter what. I'm not saying the music was bad, it just wasn't for everyone. And this kind of creative like opportunity, you could say that Ian, big part of why he blew up was because Yeat left this huge opening for another, I guess you'd say white rapper to come in the game. And after 2093, Yeat was kind of quiet. He didn't really do too much. Ever since he's gone like really big, Yeat has been very mysterious. Not on some like Playboy Cardi mysterious. Like he'll still interact with his fans and post here and there, but we just don't hear from him. However, recently he's been promoting or, beginning his rollout for Lifestyle. And I think he's making it very clear that this is going to be a rap album. And it's going to be kind of like the old Yeat, but in his newer, more polished rap sound. So for the rollout, the first thing they did was like vandalize this Lamborghini. There was like this little video ad that was going around, and it's actually the cover art for the song. They spray painted graffiti Lifestyle onto it. Honestly, that's a pretty solid marketing campaign, to be honest. It's all Yeat really needs. On top of that, he posted like this video to Instagram with like a little snippet. He's just testing the waters.
Way too rich, lifestyle, all with what? All with your head, yeah. Diamonds on me blind, I'm like they seeing black, whole car matte black, at the window 10,
And immediately fans were loving this single, by the way. Someone said it's officially #stay on that side season. And if you just go through the comments, they're all saying, yo, this is hard. Of course, there's some pushback. Like one guy said, people will seriously look you in the eye and tell you this is good. And everyone in the comments are defending Yeat. So for the most part, everyone really likes this single. But here's what I think. So number one, I really like this single. I think it's, it's a catchy, hard Yeat single. It's not much else to say. He played it very safe with this, catchy flow, like a Yeat type beat. It's very reminiscent of like what he was doing 2021, 2022. There's not much else to it, I would say. But I guess this kind of, to me as a fan, means two things. Number one, Yeat's kind of matured as an artist. He's no longer changing that much. I feel like he's kind of cemented his sound. And this is a good and bad thing. I feel like the sound that Yeat pioneered isn't really that crazy anymore, and it's a lot more acceptable. I also think that it shows that Yeat is catering towards what, mainstream fans kind of want. I think he's kind of realized he has to drop rap music, and it can't be too crazy. I feel like he kind of cashed in his chips creatively on his last project, and this time around it's like, all right, you gotta just deliver something that's hard and everyone's gonna mess with it. Another thing about Yeat is he's actually sold quite a lot. Yeat has a couple big singles. He has that song with Drake. He has Money So Big. You can even name some of his earlier like quote unquote underground. Not really, because they have tens of minutes on Spotify. Like, sorry about that as big singles. But if you really look at him commercially, he's kind of a project artist. His projects have all sold 30, 50, upwards of that first week. So his projects actually sell very well. So I think he might even be gunning for something like 100K. And if he drops a really good lead single, or a couple of lead singles, and one just solid long 20-track album, which very few artists can pull off, dropping an album that long and have fans not call it bloated. We're not talking about Destroy Lonely here, obviously. No, I think he could probably sell 80, 90, 100. I don't think anything crazy, but I think he will face a couple of problems. Number one, Cardi seems like he's gonna be dropping, and Yeat also seems like he's dropping, and it seems like they're both gonna be dropping end of year. Apparently they're cool. I'm pretty sure this one time Yeat and Cardi were staying in the same hotel, and Yeat walked out with Cardi's like jacket. Do with that information, please. Anyways, I got a little off topic there. I feel like their fan bases are so connected. I feel like every Yeat fan is a Cardi fan, every Cardi fan is a Yeat fan. If you can find me an example of someone who listens to Yeat and not Cardi, no, it'll be a rare one. If that makes sense. So he definitely has to watch out for that, because Cardi will overshadow Yeat, no doubt about it. Another thing about Yeat and this single is we're kind of seeing a lot of these artists somewhat stagnate, you know? Like, I feel like in 2021, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, So Fago, obviously he didn't get to their level. Yeat, they had a lot of, heat. They had a lot of motion. They were really going up. And, Ken Carson continued to, Destroy Lonely continued to. Yeat obviously blew up way bigger than them earlier, but I feel like we're seeing all of them start to stagnate just a bit. And it's more evident with artists like Destroy Lonely, where this constant, not really Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, where, he's being exposed for touching whoever, and he's arguing with fans on Twitter, and he's dropping bad music, and he's dating. Is it bad that I don't know the name? It's like the Claremont twins, I think. I don't know. Something like that. Yeat, it doesn't seem like he's growing. I feel like he's grown almost as big as he could be. What I'm saying is we're kind of reaching a point where just them staying at their level is a lot. You know what I mean? I'm also very interested to see how this will affect Ian, because for Ian's entire career, Yeat has been quite inactive, especially rapping wise. If Ian, and by the way, he said he plans to drop another project. If he drops a project and Yeat drops like a 20-track rap album, it will totally overshadow Ian. You know what I mean? Someone told me the other day that if Cardi dropped a deluxe, Yeat may not have went up the way he did, because Yeat kind of filled in that hole of like, I don't know, Cardi-esque, at least creatively speaking. And I feel like Ian felt like kind of filled up that hole too, the same kind of way. That makes sense. I also think, and this is the point that corresponds to the title the most, so yeah, my bad for putting it so late in. I feel like Yeat has a chip on his shoulder. 2093, they really f***ed with him. Like fans really were like, yo, guy's not this, the album was mid. And rightfully so. If you're a regular rap fan, why would you be? 2093 is not an album that you would be stoked here, you know what I mean? Sorry for saying stoked, like that word in my vocabulary kind of like cringed, but I still said it. You know what I mean? So I feel like Yeat is trying to prove that, yo, I'm really like a rapper. I really do this. That makes sense. I think another thing Yeat would also like, I feel like Yeat still has mixtape potential this late into his career. Similar to what Future is doing right now. Future's just dropped like 3 albums in the span of 5 months, 4 months. Yeat could very well do something like that. I feel like Yeat could just flood and it would do well. You know what I mean? And this is something that fans would actually want. You know what I mean? I feel like Yeat is, part of the chip on his shoulder is him wanting a moment. I feel like in 2021 he really had a moment. You know what I mean? Like, we remember his run, whereas recently, okay, he had that one song with Drake, that one kind of, then he had 2093, which I didn't really like. I feel like his momentum was really flattened. I feel like with this album Lifestyle, he can really go crazy. And if he dropped like another tape right after, like a month or two after, or just a fat deluxe or something, I think he could really do something and go on a great tour. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's really what I think. The single itself is just, it's cool. It's nothing wild. It's nothing, oh my god, so back. We kind of are, but it's also not trash. It's a cool song for me. But yeah, this is what I think it signals. Let me know if you agree with me. If you disagree, I don't care. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.